But I would also recommend on a daily basis, especially in earnings season, this is really important. Watch the reports of companies that you understand and try to figure out what's under the surface of them. So let's say a company missed on earnings. Why did they miss? Why did they say that they missed? Did they have an inventory problem, for example? Okay. And I'm just trying to take you through an example so that you understand how the education piece goes. So let's take, I won't say specific names. Let's take a large retailer that perhaps would have reported last quarter that they had an inventory issue. Okay. And that inventory issue was a drag on their earnings. I would go back and listen to why that inventory issue occurred. You would find out that the inventory issue occurred because they miscalculated what the consumer was going to buy. How did they miscalculate it? They miscalculated it because the consumer changed their mind, right? So what happened was consumers started to spend money on other stuff. And here's what happens. Then you get kind of down this rabbit hole. Okay, then you start looking into consumer spending. And a lot of this data is absolutely publicly available. You can find consumer spending data on the Bureau of Labor Statistics. You can find it on the Bureau of Economic Analysis. All of this is publicly available on the internet. You can download the data yourself, the whole thing. Then you start to dig into, okay, how did consumer spending change? And what I would say about educating yourself is try to take the thought all the way through and figure out at the end, all right, what was the macro environment over that period? How did it affect the corporation? And that's what you find out from earnings. And then last, how did the market react to it? And that's a good formula. So you take macro, corporation, market. That's how you start to understand how the market reacts in different scenarios, why the market reacts in different scenarios. And you'll feel like the next time something happens or you get a bit of news that's a surprise, you'll feel a little better prepared to either trade on it or not trade on it, right? Or figure out maybe what the opportunity is that it presents tomorrow.